Hello everyone, this is R. Soshankar working as a assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Sagi Ramakrishna Marazu Engineering College. Today I would like to explain the basics of Java. This topic presents introduction on Java, which introduces a history of Java, differences between C++ and Java. It also introduces data types in Java. Coming to the objectives, be able to know the history of Java, understand the differences between C++ and Java, be able to make the use of data types. Coming to the history of Java, James Gosling initiated Java in June 1991 for use in one of his main set-top boxes project. The language initially called Oak after an oak tree that stood outside Gosling's office also went by the name Green and ended up later being renamed as Java from a list of random words. Sun Microsystems released the first public implementation as Java 1.0 in 1995 and later acquired by Oracle Corporation. It promised write once, run anywhere, providing no cost runtimes on popular platforms. Coming to the terminology, JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. This is generally referred as a JVM because we discuss about JVM. Let's see the phases of program execution. Phases are as follows. We write the program, then we compile the program, and at last we run the program. Writing of the program is of course done by Java programmer like you and me. Compilation of program is done by JavaC compiler. JavaC is the primary Java compiler included in Java Development Kit. It takes Java program as input and generates Java bytecode as output. In third phase, JVM executes the bytecode generated by compiler. This is called program run phase. So now that we understood that the primary function of JVM is to execute the bytecode produced by compiler. Each operating system has different JVM. However, the output they produce after execution of bytecode is same across all operating systems. That is why we call Java as platform independent language. Coming to the bytecode, as discussed above, JavaC compiler of JDK compiles the Java source code into bytecode so that it can be executed by JVM. The bytecode is saved in a .class file by compiler. Coming to the Java Development Kit, while explaining JVM and bytecode, I have used the term JDK. Let's discuss about it. As the name suggests, this is complete Java Development Kit that includes JRE, that is nothing but Java Runtime Environment, compilers and various tools like JavaDog, Java Debugger, etc. In order to create, compile and run Java program, you would need JDK installed on your computer. Java Runtime Environment, that is nothing but JRE. JRE is a part of JDK, which means that JDK includes JRE. When you have JRE installed on your system, you can run a Java program, however, you won't be able to compile it. JRE includes JVM, browser plugin and applet support. When you only need to run a Java program on your computer, you would only need JRE. With the advancement of Java and its widespread popularity, multiple configurations were built to suit various types of platforms. For example, the Java is divided into three parts, that is nothing but the new J2 versions were renamed as Java SE. Okay, that is nothing but standard applications. J2EE for enterprise application, J2ME for mobile applications. The following are the features of Java. Simple. Java is a simple programming language because of all the difficult concepts of C and CPP have been omitted in Java. For example, The concept of pointers, which is difficult for both learners and programmers, has been eliminated from Java. Using pointers harmful programs like virus and other hacking programs can be developed. That is why the pointers concept is eliminated from Java. Object oriented. Any technology provides very good environment to represent the data in the form of objects, then the technology is called as an object oriented technology. Java provides good environment to represent the data inside the classes, that is in the form of objects. Therefore, Java is object oriented. Java is a purely object oriented programming language because in Java we cannot write even a simple program without using the class. Therefore, we can say that Java is a pure object oriented programming language. Robust. It means strong. Java programs are strong and they do not crash easily like C and C++. There are two reasons for this. Firstly, Java has excellent inbuilt exception handling features, and another reason is Java has excellent memory management features. An exception is an error that occurs at runtime. If an exception occurs, that program terminates abruptly, giving rise to problems like loss of data. To overcome that problem is called exception handling. This means that even though an exception occurs in Java program, no harm will happen. Another reason why Java is robust says in its memory management features. Most of the C and C++ programs crash in the middle because of not allocating sufficient memory or forgetting the memory to be freed in a program. Such problem will not occur in Java because the user need not allocate or deallocate the memory in Java. Everything will be taken care of JVM only. Secure. Java is secure because the problems like eavesdropping, tampering and virus threats can be eliminated by using Java. System independence. Java's bytecode is not machine dependent. It can be run on any machine with an operating system. Therefore, we can say that Java is system independent. Interpreted. Java programs are compiled to generate the bytecode. The bytecode can be downloaded and interpreted by the interpreter in JVM. If we take any other language, only compiler or an interpreter is used to execute the program. However, in Java, we use both compiler and interpreter for the execution. High performance. The problem with interpreter inside the JVM is that it is slow. To overcome this problem, along with interpreter, Java developers introduced JIT compiler, which enhances the speed of execution. Therefore, we can achieve high performance even though we use both compiler and interpreter to run the Java program. Multi-threaded. A thread represents an individual process to execute a group of statements. A JVM uses several threads to execute different blocks of code. So creating multiple threads is called multi-threaded. Dynamic. Java is called as dynamic because in Java all the operations, memory allocation and deallocation are performed at runtime. The following are the differences between CPP and Java. In CPP, it is not a purely object-oriented programming language, whereas in Java it is purely object-oriented programming language. Pointers are available in CPP, whereas in Java pointers are not available in Java. Allocation and deallocation of memory is the responsibility of the programmer, whereas allocation and deallocation of memory will be taken care by JVM in Java. CPP has goto statement. In Java does not have goto statement. Multiple inheritance feature is available in CPP, Whereas in Java, multiple inheritance is not available, but that can be achieved using interfaces. There are 3 access specifiers available in CPP. They are public, private, and protected. Java supports 4 access specifiers. They are private, public, protected, and default. In CPP, the default access modifier is private in CPP. In Java, default is public in Java. In CPP, both constructors and destructors are available, whereas in Java, only constructors are available. Coming to the data type, initially we have to know what is a data type. The data type tells about the nature of data we are storing into the variable. The data type is used to determine what kind of value we can store into the variable. Example in space x. In the above example, we are declaring that x is a variable, which can store integer type of data. That means that int is representing the nature of data to be stored into the variable x. Types of data types in Java. In Java, primitive data types can be divided into 5 types. First one, integral data type, floating data type, character data type, string data type, boolean data type. Integral data type. These data types represent integral numbers, that is, numbers without having any fractional or decimal points. Integer data types are again subdivided into byte, short, int, and long data types. Coming to the floating data type, these data types are useful to represent numbers with decimal points. Floating data types can again classified as float and double. Float can represent up to 7 digits accurately after decimal point, whereas double can represent up to 15 digits accurately after decimal point. Character data type. This data type can be used to represent a single character. For example, char space ch is equal to s, where s is a called character literal. In C and CPP, characters will be represented in the form of ASCII values. To accommodate any ASCII value, it is sufficient to take 1 byte of memory, which is represented with a single quotes. String data type. A string represents a group of characters. String space str is equal to some name. So where string is a class here. There is a class with the name string in Java, where several methods are provided to perform different operations of strings. Coming to the Boolean data type. Boolean data types represents any of 2 values, either true or false. JVM uses 1 bit to represent a Boolean value internally. That is, Boolean space response is equal to either true or false. False. In C and C++, 0 represents false and any other number represents true. This is not valid in Java. Coming to the summary of data types you have seen in this table. These are the data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. Coming to the size, 1 byte for byte, 2 bytes for short, 4 bytes for integer, 8 bytes for long, and 4 bytes of float, and 8 bytes of double, and not applicable for boolean either. That means either here we are having only true or false. Coming to the 2 bytes of character. Coming to the default values, coming to byte, 2, double, and char, it will be represented with 0. Okay, coming to the boolean, the default value is nothing but is false. I hope you all understood the basics of Java, what is a data type, what is JVM, what is JRE, and what is JDK, and the difference between C, CPP, and Java. Okay, thank you so much.